Oh, let's see. Luis did their homework. Real Love sounds very, very different. It lost the dreamlike quality of Lennon's voice, and they added different drums, which makes the song sound too crowded slash busy. By the way, hello from Mexico. It's always nice to hear you. Hello, Luis. Sorry, I didn't really say hello, but it was already there. So, anyway, interesting input on Real Love already. So, the new Real Love mix is crazy. I still can't get past how freaking weird it is. And I still can't get past Hello Youngblood. Um I still can't get past like the fact that I have literally anyone saying that they like it. It's extremely weird. I don't know how Jeff Lynne thought that was cool. Me neither. I still have no idea. Like there are two things I can't get past. One, and I know that Slasher wants this. I can't believe that people still are like, "Oh, well, I would like to listen to Carnival of Light." And I'm like, "Just let it go." That's one thing. The second thing is that anybody likes Real Love. Like, I don't understand the Real Love 2025. I'm fine with you liking the other mixes. Like, they're fine. But it's just I just can't get past. I'm like, how do you like that? How do you like that? In my opinion, John's voice is way too loud in the 2025 mix. It isn't balanced. It is real fucked up. Like it's extremely weird. It's like it doesn't it's it and not only is his voice loud, but the way that they clarified it or whatever the fuck they did to it, it's really weird. I don't mind the Free as a Bird mix, but the Real Love one is so bad. I think it would have been better to maybe slow down John's voice to the speed it was recorded and to keep John's guitar or George's guitar parts. I don't know. Yeah, it would have been better. Well, they should have. I don't know why the hell they got rid of George's guitar. Like, that was a weird choice, a bad choice. It definitely didn't get any, um, definitely didn't do itself any favors by getting rid of George's mix. This isn't sweat, it's oil, on my face. But like it didn't do itself any favors by removing that. And it's whatever they did to like it's also the whole song is also weirdly compressed. It's very weird. I still can't get past how weird it is. Like aside from the vocals just sounding so fucked up and robotics, both Real Love and Free as a Bird are incorrectly synced to the track. Phrases are off timing and it really derails it way worse than for me. Yeah, Reese is right. Yeah, it's like I know that I already dedicated a 36-minute video to it, but I could talk about this for like a while because it starts with seriously the very first sentence, like the very first line that it's just like, "Hey, Angel, Angel's here." It's like the very first line screws me up. I wouldn't even be as upset if the 2015 mix was on Spotify. Yeah, exactly. If the 2015 mix was available in any official capacity, it would be a lot better because that's the problem is that there's some sort of weird need, I guess, apparently in Camp Apple that that wants to remove the old mixes. And I found this out after my video that that Paul and Ringo had nothing to do with the approval of the track. It was just Danny and Sean. So I guess it was just Harrison and Lennon, oh no, Lennon Camp. So it had nothing to do with the surviving Beatles. And I got some comment that was like, "Oh, hey Derek." I got some comment that was like um maybe Paul got rid of George to still like get after him for the Hey Jude things. And I was like, well, first off, even if he was involved in this, no, he wouldn't. Um, Youngblood says, "I could have sworn when I heard the 2025 mix of Real Love, they just planted the new vocal stem onto the song and called it a day." No, because they fucked with the drums and they pulled stuff up. They made the tambourine like extremely loud. It was so weird. It was such a weird. it was like weird choices all over the board, like for real. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It was like the more I listened to it, the more I was like, ugh. And then, and I didn't upload, I did this after. How come Paul and Denny Lane weren't seen together after Wings? Did they have a falling out? I don't know. I'm not a Wings expert. I don't know anything about that. I always kind of try to like say like solo stuff is really not my forte. It pisses me off even if you're gonna ask me about people post Beatles, you should ask me about Ringo and probably no one else. Um, I know more about George, but not like a ton. Um, let's see. It pisses me off even more than they had replaced music videos from OnePlus with the 2015 mixes. Now they have worse mixes and unnecessarily AI upscaled visuals, even on Apple Music. Fucked up, man. Yeah, it's extremely weird. Like, I really don't get how, like, how, I don't know. It just seems like they really, it just seems like the whole thing has seemed extremely rushed to me. Like the whole anthology um rollout, it all seemed like the art for the entire, hey Mark, the art for the cover, it's just one photo. It hasn't been edited or changed of them in 69, and it just says like the Beatles anthology. Does it seem to you that the Beatles kids are not that big of fans go there of their dad's works? Maybe it's been with them all their lives, so they find it a little boring. I don't think that they're not um like fans. Giles Martin's claims though that all four camps approved this release. No, I'm saying that Danny and Sean were the only ones involved. They had nothing to do with anything. Um yeah, Derek, I disagree. Um let's see. I tried to post something anthology related on Instagram. They took it down right away. Has anyone been getting this too? Hi Dynamite. With the solo Beatles stuff, I've never gotten that before. I haven't done it. I've been off Instagram lately. What do you think of the 2015 mix? It also has different guitars from the original mix and from the new one. Um, I prefer the 96 mix for the most part, I think. Um, Really, I wish that I had done more sorry, cat interruptions here. I wish that I had done more comparison with them before I listened to the 2025, but I've always just kind of viewed them as separate entities. Um, their kids are fans, they celebrate them, especially Paul. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, okay, let's see here. Oh, Tiny Purple Fishes is here. Hang on real quick, guys. Okay. The original anthology in the 90s took from 94 to 96. The 2 whole years of effort from everyone involved. This re-release seems like something to be checked off as the yearly Beatles project TM. Yeah, exactly. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if, it was kind of like Now and Then was sort of the last project that they wanted to be involved in. I know that there's another kind of documentary or project in the works, or maybe this was supposed to be it, that there was supposed to be something else in the works to come out on Disney Plus. So maybe this was it that they were teasing a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago. I don't remember. But it's like I kind of wonder if they just don't care as much. Like it's not that, you know, I'm sure that Ringo and Paul heard it before it went out, but like they were probably assuming like if this is fine with those estates, then it's fine with us. Um Sean and Danny both enjoyed the Yellow Submarine film as kids. I don't get why they didn't just do Rubber Soul. I know I'm in the minority, but it's one of my favorite Beatles albums. It's obvious and it would have been easier. Well, there's like this is just like a rumor or like just kind of chat. There's something like there's a we don't know the reason, but some like Rubber Soul's being held back and we don't know when we're gonna see it or what. Like it should have been out by now is all I'm really gonna say. Um, do you think the low sales Hey, name I don't know what to say with that name. Hey, Pink Hand. Do you think low sales expectations will affect any other archival releases? Well, I don't think we should expect any other archival releases. I don't think that that's going to happen. There's really nothing else to release. And once again, like the thing where I just can't get past, this is like my pet annoyance. Hey, Almar, my pet annoyance is like Carnival of Light. Like Caitlin's here. Like we're not gonna get Carnival of Light. Like so, that's like the only thing, except for a couple of other takes that we know exist. It's nothing else is coming back. Hold Rubber Soul back as long as it needs it, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd rather them actually take more time and effort for each release. Oh, Sasha, sorry, buddy. I'm all over the place. Effort for each release rather than to try to start and finish a new project every year. I completely agree, Reese. Hey, Richard, going to finally cancel Disney Plus after watching episode 4 of Anthology. After episode 4, you're not gonna stick through to episode 9? I'm on my friend's account. So, talking about something completely different, I would love the chance to buy the mono albums, me too, instead of only one option, the box. I don't want all the albums. I just want a couple of them. I want all of them. But I feel like everything that comes out Beatles wise should be available individually. Like there's no reason for it to be. It's just like that bothers me. That's just like a money thing. Um Yeah, also put the mono versions on streaming. Hi, Brian, thanks. Uh, let's see. I think the reason Now and Then was rushed out, I don't think it was rushed out, is because both Paul and Ringo realize they're in their final years. There's been a lot of finishing loose ends from Paul McCartney, McCartney 3 being another. Um, yeah, I don't think, you're good, Richard. I don't think that it was rushed out. I think that they worked on it, like, pretty well. I think that, um, like, the music video was properly goofy, and I think it was great. They spent such a good long time rolling it out and, like, promoting it. It's just very weird how Anthology got such a weird treatment because it is, like, really a bigger project, you know? I thought the music video was bad. Well, no, it's bad in a great way. You know, David, you and I, we fight, man. We're gonna fight forever, I think, you and I. Hope the health snafu is getting better. Paul McCartney will be touring at 101. Yeah, whoever said that they were in their final years, tiny purple fishes, babe. I don't first off, I don't see any of them like either of them really slowing down. I think that this isn't like a Frankie Valli type situation where it's like dying on stage. They're both doing crazy stuff. Ringo's doing jumping jacks every time he's on stage. So I'm not too concerned about their health right now. They're gonna drive that bus till the wheels fall off. Yeah, and I have been saying it forever, and I'm gonna continue to say it. I do believe that Ringo Starr is immortal. He's probably gonna outlive me. Also with the remainder of the official catalog, I'd like to see them do 62 to 63, 64, 65, and 67 boxes, 2 albums covered per box. I would just rather them go with the albums. I've been working on a massive Beatles project for Clone Hero, and I've been forced to use the 2009 remaster of the early stereo albums with the hard panning. I can turn them into mono tracks, though. Let's face it, the anniversary box set is all the rage for everyone. Okay. Yeah. I guess I meant it more in a sense that they realize they're both in their 80s. Like they're not getting, yeah. And I think probably they should have worked on it before, but the technology wasn't there. It's kinda like Paul's voice isn't really getting a lot better, you know? Fun fact, I own the Anthology series on DVD, Laserdisc, and finally, as of a month ago, VHS. There you go. I watched it all on VHS the first time and the second time, and then I've watched it, like, via digital download. I think Paul's one of those people that if he stops performing or making albums, he would die. I think it's not really like, he wants to do it, you know? Um, he wants to do it, you know? Like, they both want to do it. They both like performing, and they both I think they just are more fulfilled in performing than not doing it, you know? Music is impulsive. I mean, it's in all their blood. Like, it's just I just you know, I don't know if they don't care about this particular release. Um, I love this. Ethan says, "I'm begrudgingly um, I'm begrudgingly buying the box set so I can be mad while listening to Real Love 2025. It's a sickness." No, Ethan, I understand this and I support your want to be angry. Um, Mark says, "Paul has said that many times, so has Ringo. Why stop? They're never gonna stop." Ranking the Beatles says, "Big dog. Hey, what's up? What's up, big dogs?" We're still saying big dog. Um, we're gonna be saying big dog till I'm gonna say that till I croak. Have you already talked about the casting for women in the upcoming Beatles biopics? I have talked about the biopics. I think every stream they always get brought up. Hey, Nerf. I think that they always kind of get brought up, and I always kind of say I'm like lukewarm on biopics even happening. Like, most of the time, I range from s don't care to, like, a level of angry, don't care, and then, like, kinda don't care to a level of maybe I'll watch them. Like, I'm gonna see them in theaters, um, but I would say that my don't care meter has almost never made it to, "I'm gonna make a video on this," actually. Um, 4 movies, 4 biopics usually suck. I think that the casting's fine. I have no I I have no issue with the casting. I don't know other than Saoirse, I don't really know the actresses that well. Oh, I know Amy Lee Wood, and I like Amy Lee Wood, so I think that she's pretty good. But I really don't know the other 2, and I just don't care that much, like, to say this or that. I was mad about the Beatles casting, so mad that that's, like, when I stopped caring. I was like, "I can't be happy anymore." You know, I'm not gonna be happy with it, so I'm not gonna you know. There are ways to get the mono I cannot say here, but I will add that some of those mono mixes are overrated, LMAO. Beatles for Sale sounds like crud and Help sounds like it was mixed underwater. Yeah, there are ways to I will say that, there will there are ways to get everything. That's all I'm gonna say. Um Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair is coming to theaters. Yes, Nerf. The last stream I wound up I guess there was like 10 people here for a really long time, and we just talked about movies for for a long while. Real Love was a top 10 Beatles song. It's like watching my baby being curb stomped by Apple. I'm still so confused by the whole thing, really, truly. Biopics are the worst genre of cinema. Yes. They will release all of the Christmas messages in one shot. That's a good point. I think I think the only, like, archival or changes that I'm expecting or, like, extra anything would probably be from the BBC, if there's a redo of that. Um, I'm not gonna be happy with anything they do, I'm just accepting my fate. I will still watch and listen to everything. Yeah. No, I get that. I was there for that movie talk, and then D-Bags had to ruin it. Yeah, I don't remember what happened that pissed me off, but oh, yeah. No, I remember now. I remember. Um, TBH, I don't know what oh, come on, body, don't start fucking with me 20 minutes into a stream when people are here chatting. You guys, I've been really sick, like, in a lot of different ways, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna last minute stream." Real love, more like fake hate. Oh, tiny purple fishes be killing it. I decided I was gonna stream, like, when I was like, "Okay, I feel good, I'm gonna get on here, I'm gonna do it while I feel okay," and I was like, "I'll just go as long as I can," and I'm hoping that we've got a little bit more juice in us than 30 minutes, good lord. Um, there should be a Beatles fan club nowadays. I'm sure that there are, I'm sure that there are hundreds, if not thousands of Beatle fan clubs. They're probably all, like, on Facebook, you know? I bought the mono box set officially new. I bought some of the later stereo albums used. Then later on, I got vinyl rips of the 2014 mono box by a certain means. I have all of the Beatles discography, um, lossless versions, by certain means. At this point, uh, let's see. At this point, Apple turns on the slop faucet slash money printer this time every year so we can collectively complain. Well, I don't know if I would call it like money printer or whatever, like, but it's more like if we're talking about like album reissues, or like deluxe sets, that's one thing. But it's kind of like I don't I guess, yeah, to a degree, yeah. Like, because I have issues, like, calling anything Beatles slop, but it's more like I'm not clamoring to get my hands on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mark says they may have okay, I'm not really sure, but not the unedited ones. Yeah, yeah. Something about 2025 must be whack because my chronic illness has been acting up, and so have my friends of mine who have also have stuff going on. Yeah, I was in the doctor's office every day but one last week, and I was yesterday and probably will be Friday as well. Seeing new doctors, doing new tests, trying to figure out what's going on. I don't have cancer, so but it's like just a bunch of stuff's going on. I can hardly like like every day I've been texting Mark and I've been like, "We'll get on the phone." And then it's like by the time I'm supposed to get on the phone, I'm like, "I'm gonna die." And like Angel's been like, "I'm not even gonna text Lars." And Angel and I talk like at least half the days of existence. Shut up, Mark. Angel's like, "I'm not even bothering you because I know that if I bother you, then you're gonna start texting me like 40 texts in a row." Um, let's see. Anthology 4 would have been the perfect album to being many random famous recordings slash demos to the Beatles streaming discography, and they decided just to rehash the stuff we've heard for years. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year. Hope my guests don't mind the White Album for dinner music. They're just gonna have to deal. And it'll come around. Why Bob Geldof in the thumbnail? Because he's always in my brain. He's always on my brain. Why wouldn't he be on the thumbnail? I'm still dealing with Live Aid. I just figured it's always brought up during a stream and leering over your right shoulder. And you know he is. And you know he is. I can't fucking get away from him. He's always everywhere. And then when I'm trying to fucking deal with Live Aid stuff, there's Paul. I'm like, get away. Let me just Speaking of Live Aid, how's that going? I've just been so sick. I haven't really um happiness is a warm turkey. Oh yeah. No, that's perfect. Yes, I also have them via a certain way that starts with T and ends with Orient. Yeah, but it's not the same as having physical media. Yeah. Have like a sort of like a hearty har har bay, you know, and all those things. Um Pink f the Pink Floyd The Walls movie is gonna hit like crack. I mean, when I watched it again, I was like, "Okay," it was like it didn't it was just basically paying attention for Pinky. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Anthology 4 shouldn't have been made. Instead, we should have seen an expanded anthology similar to what they did with the 2023 Red and Blue albums. Yeah. Wait till you hear about Hot Turkey. U2 and Queen stole the Live Aid show. We get this every time. Yeah, really, it was Bowie's set that did a lot, but Queen Queen has the most like iconic I guess legacy. I also bought One Plus on Blu-ray officially. It's it's really good. Yeah, Mark actually was at Live Aid in the 4th row. I really wish Real Love 2015 was on streaming. Like, I really wish. I'm losing it. I think it's really fucked up that they took the 2015 mix off. I just don't like it. Angel, are you still here? You can text me if it's easier. Um, but yeah, Live Aid, it's going okay. Just check in, bud. That's because Bowie is one of the very few artists I will call a genius. Hate how overused the word has become, but it does apply to him. Hey, oh my God, it's Benji. What's up, big dog? Um, Surprised to see Benji here. No, the Live Aid project is going. I haven't really done anything since I put out the new Beatles video. It's literally because I'm just not doing well health. I know that that's like, but I'm just not doing well health wise. So like I haven't done a lot. And I'm just like really exhausted and ill. I'm doing a sleep study tonight at home. So we'll see how that goes. And I just like, I spend all my energy like this is so sad sack, but I spend all my energy like cleaning my apartment. And then like last night I did water changes for my fish. And then I sit down in front of my computer and my body hurts so bad from sitting down. And then I get up to stretch. And then Jack comes in and like interrupts the stretch. And then it's like I'm gonna I'm like, I'm gonna die. But then I remember that I've already finished 3 of the 10 chapters of Live Aid, so I feel a lot better. So, if you wanna watch chapter 5 as God intended and chapters 8 and 9 as God intended, they're already available. They're just on Patreon. You gotta pay for that shit. Chapter 8, ooh, chapter 8 damn near killed me. Queen was great, especially since the movie made it greater. How dare you take time to put out something because you're feeling ill? Yeah. I think Queen rose to the occasion despite the backstage drama. Yeah, I think last time the reason why there was infighting on the Lars live stream is because, and I don't care if I'm going to spark it back up because Mark is here this time. Somebody said that Zeppelin shouldn't have played Stairway, and it was like, what? Because the whole purpose of Live Aid and the choices, really the artists didn't get to choose their songs so much. They were very much bullied into like playing their biggest songs. So it was like you're playing your biggest songs. And the reason why you play your biggest hits, the biggest artists play their biggest hits so they can be on so that people will sit and watch for as long as they can. So if they didn't play Stairway, people would have been furious, but also playing Stairway and knowing that because that song came last in their set. So knowing that it was coming last in their set would keep people listening longer. Oh God, don't remind me of Zeppelin at Live Aid. It's not as bad as you remember it being, but Mark was actually there and remembers it being really, really bad. Listen, guys, we need to make sure that Lars is rested and better. We need them. They're a breath of fresh air, especially for us old heads. For you, Mark. I like Mark because he's not a creep and he calls me kiddo. And I'm like, thank you for not being creepy with me. Like, I'll always wind up getting somebody who's like, there was one of my favorite comments. I've gotten some really weird comments, but my favorite one, my favorite one is this one guy who was like, I don't want to think Lars is hot, but what choice do I have? And I was like, no, my favorite comment Really, it was the super long one. It was like I used to live near Abbey Road. I got to talk to a lot of really cool people. It was like extremely informational. And then at the end, it was like, I love you, Lars. I'm an old man. I'm an horny old man. I don't care what I say. And I was like, that was so weird. You were so cool until that last line. You were so cool. Vote for Mark. He's not a creep. Well, Mark is not a creep. That's like we got to vote. My only thing about Stairway back then is that it wasn't as overplayed as it is now. So back then it was great. It's still great. It's just like the thing about it like it definitely loses quite a bit of magic when the person who wrote it doesn't like playing it anymore. You know, Jimmy doesn't, not Jimmy, my God, Robert doesn't like it anymore. So it's like he's just moved past it and he's like, I've evolved past it. I didn't like it, but they didn't really like it since that, you know. Actually, bad idea. Led Zeppelin started to fall off live after 75. Yeah, no, they were bad. Like it was not, and a lot of the bands were sort of like past their super big prime, but they were so well known on the radio and they were known by the audience that would be donating, you know, people with money in their wallets. So it was like, it was super hits from like the last 10 years, 20 years, you know? Um, so it was all really well known songs. And so, Lars' video will have the whole story, but the short version is there was a drummer drama, trouble with compromises and egos. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. Like it there's more to the drumming story than I thought there was, which gets annoying because you start working on something and then you're like, okay, so you start working on something and you're like, this is the story. And then you hear something else and you're like, that's the story. And then you get to the third point and you're like, holy shit, you guys, like, and that's always how the Beatles are. So it's kind of like I was ready for that for Live Aid. I saw Robert Plant in 2016 and he was fantastic both times. He just did a tiny desk on NPR and it was great. It was great. Um I missed whatever that comment was. Led Zeppelin Stories did a good feature on it a few years back. Okay. Um see. Do you think if Bonham was still alive, maybe they would have made a comeback like Aerosmith in the 80s, 90s? You'd have to ask somebody else. Love the Tiny Desk series. Me too. Like Tiny Desk, I have always been Clipping did an in-person one, but they had done one for like that was remote for COVID times, and Clipping is one of my favorite acts completely. And so I was so pumped recently about it just to see how they did it. And it's been really cool to see what people want to do in their tiny desk performances. I've always loved those. I've always loved those. And you get to know there are musicians that I wasn't into at all, never heard of, whatever, until I saw their tiny desk. And then I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to check them out and got into them, you know? Um, let's see. Okay, we're talking about Wet Leg. Yeah, okay. I just watched the Wet Leg one the other day. And Tiny Desk is a series on the NPR YouTube channel where they have artists come and stand in front of a or work behind a desk and they have like almost no space and it's mostly like sometimes it'll be acoustic, but they've gotten more and more evolved into kind of extreme performances in the last couple years. But I mean, people have like, let's see, what are the most famous tiny desks? Because I'm not the best. Um, let's see here. Hang on, guys. Yours says ask me about. Shh, don't do this to me. Tiny desk. Okay, so when you search tiny desk, the top one is Mac Miller. So that makes sense. Robert Plant was 4 days ago. Goo Goo Dolls was 6 days ago. Ghost Note was 8 days ago. Pulp, Chris Davis Trio, Nova Twins, Doobie Brothers was recent. But, like, they're all so it's the NPR Music, um, channel. So, like, the most popular ones were Dua Lipa, Tiny Desk Home Concert, and that was 4 years ago, and it was a fundraiser. Mac Miller's was a fundraiser. Anderson .Paak and the Free Nationals, Sting and Shaggy, damn. BTS, Justin Bieber was a home concert, Alicia Keys. So you get to see, like, all these people like Adele, like Adele's, I think it was just her and a guitar. And so it kind of started with these like NPR Music having people behind this one desk, and then now it's become like a set. Tiny Desk is MTV Unplugged to the Next Generation. There we go. Um, Pete Townsend was doing something similar about 10 years ago. He took an Airstream trailer on the road and did an acoustic music variety show. I really loved I loved Chapel Roans. I thought that it was really good too. Let's see here. Post Malone, Taylor Swift, we're good. No shade, Swifties. I doubt we've got any Swifties in here, right? We're good. Okay. Um The Cranberries, I haven't seen that one. Now I'm putting together a fucking playlist here. Um, The Smile, okay. The Smile, let's see here. Um, Kirk Franklin, Sam Smith, that one's probably really good. Bad Bunny was 7 months ago. Bad Bunny is really good, actually. Doechii, I really like Doechii. Definitely not, well, I know you're not a Swiftie, Dynamite. Sabrina Carpenter, who I like. I mean, I'm not going I lost a bunch of viewers when I said that. I lost like 13 people. Whoops. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a hater. Like, it's just that you know what? No, I'm not gonna say it. Let's see here. There's just a lot of really like famously popular people. Nile Rodgers, Khalid or Khalid, I guess. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus is extremely good live. Yeah, check out Wet Leg. They're really good. Of course, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, who I love. Um, I I love them beyond the song Home. They're actually really good. I deep in my heart, I'm a shoeless hippie, but I got sober really young, so I'm not really. Um, let's see, Scarface, Action Bronson, Migos. There a lot of the home concerts are crazy. Florence and the Machine, there's only she's there alone. Bon Iver, full concert, so that's not a tiny desk. John Legend, Bono and the Edge, that was from 2 years ago. Oh, hey, Long Branch Mike. Let's see here. Louis Capaldi, Death Cab for Cutie was 10 years ago. If you like Tiny Desk, another great channel is Audio Tree Live. Similar concept, except it's all independent acts. Introducing me to so many indie great acts. Okay, Audio Tree Live. I'll check them out. Um, like years and years ago, it's kind of changed recently, and that's a whole thing. I watched a video on it recently. I got into artists through 88 Rising, but I guess there's been like a lot going on there. Let's see. Okay, Audio Tree Live. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to them. I like your new hairstyle. Thank you. I give away my subscriptions really quick. I'm not stingy with subscribing to people. I'm not stingy with my notifications. I'm not stingy with my subscriptions. I'll give them out. I'm like, "What's up? I'll go check you out." People ask me like, "What do you watch?" And I'm like, "It's all over the place." The other day I was watching like it was like Chilling Scares, like 4 creepiest voicemails of all time, and I was like, "Hell yeah, let's fucking go." Hang on, guys. Do you mind hanging on for like 10 seconds? I'm going to make sure that my partner wakes up in time for work. Do not let people leave. People don't leave. Somebody explain Tiny Desk to Derek, please. Chrome, do that same comment you had, Chrome. Hey, baby, it's 3:10. Okay, I'm still live, by the way. Okay, sorry. me saying Chrome, do it. Chrome put up a good comment earlier, I think. I think it was Chrome. Somebody explained it really well. It's like MTV Live. Oh yeah. Tiny Desk is MTV Unplugged, the next generation. Like, so it's like MTV Unplugged. Yeah, just look up NPR Music Tiny Desk. I will say something about Taylor Swift. When she played Philly, she only ordered food with local businesses. There you go, and gave money to Philly's charity. She does that for every city. That's good. That is good. At least she does that, you know. Oh, just a chillin' dude. Hey, let's see here. I will say, okay. Yeah, like Tiny Desk is just like really small. It's just really small sets, like 15 minutes. Big artists will usually come in and do something like a kind of a scaled down or like a slower version of their hits. Like Robert Plant just did one and that was really cool. But there's all kinds of like extremely popular artists that will do it. So it's I was like really excited. I already said this, but to see Clipping do another one because they did one um during the pandemic. So it's been fun. I've heard of a lot of new artists from them. Neil Young did similar when I saw him this year. He didn't want any corporate pop or beer sold at the concerts or a concession. That is very cool. Like I really like it when artists go out of the way to support local businesses. You know, it's the Your Blues version of a close-knit band with no space just playing. Yeah, it's tiny. Like it's just, you know, it's behind a desk. It started out just kind of like artists coming together behind a desk and playing, and now it's actually a set, but like it's where it was, but now it's just like treated as a set. Nobody actually works at the desk anymore. But I think that they have like a little bit more room, but the acoustics sound great in there, and it's mostly because like it is just filled with books and office stuff and all that stuff. Weird Al did a Tiny Desk a few years ago. Weird Al is awesome. We were gonna go see him, but tickets were like $70, and it's like, do you think I have $70? Do you think I just have $70? If I had $70, you guys, I would buy a new mic arm. This thing sucks. There have been so many times that I've been like, should I get an Amazon wish list and put it in my link and see if people buy me shit? But then I'm like, I would rather you go to Patreon, spend your $5 a month and see my good stuff, see my good videos and all my crap videos too, where I just talk and say stupid shit. But my videos that are meant to be good are so good. They're so much better. $70 for Weird Al is crazy. Sorry, Weird Al. Yeah, no, it is crazy. Like it is crazy. It's just too much. It was too much money. And you know, because show nights, like you're going downtown, you're paying for parking, you're going out to eat somewhere like local, so you're spending like $15 on a hot dog, you know, and like it's it's always crazy and it's just a lot. Lars on Patreon is a treat. Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Um I hate that everything costs money. LOL. If I'd throw away money, I'd buy my external DVD burner for a Blu-ray one. Yes. Yes, absolutely. We got when we got a region-free Blu-ray player, it was like an exciting day in the Lars Land house. I almost said my real name. Lars is my real name, but my conjoined last name. But it was an exciting day here. We were pumped because I got a Lost season, like all seasons box set, but it's only in Korean. And so I was pretty pumped to be able to play it finally. I also have them all like separate as well now. But anyway, that was weird. When I found that out, I didn't realize it was, and I was like, shit, but I'm keeping it now because it's like rare. I just paid $50 to see Garbage. As a new Lars member at Patreon, I cannot recommend it more. You get all the songs, and if you think they are good on YouTube, you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, and I get to put in all the like interviews and all the stuff. And your real what do you mean? Your real last name is Land. And here's the thing, where I've done like podcasts and stuff, people will say like, is with Lars okay? And I'm like, put Lars Land. Like that's the way that it's going. I want that to just be my full name. Like, I want it to be Lars Land. Like, if I write a book on Ringo, it's going to be by Lars Land. Like, it's my name now. The only other Lars I know of is a Metallica's drummer. Yeah, but I'm better. No, I'm just kidding. I legit have you in my phone as Lars Land. I think you're not the only one who does, actually. I'm assuming Mark, am I in your phone as Lars Land? If not, I should be. I mean, Caitlin, I'm fine with you knowing my last name. It's just, it's a good name. I love alliteration. Me too. And it's annoying how much I love alliteration. If you listen to my scripts, if you listen to me write, it is literally just so much alliteration. It's like too much. I don't know how yeah, me too. Okay, Mark does. I bet Angel has my name in the full name. Oh, you have me as Lars Land? Okay, because I was gonna say Angel knows my name. I have a non-binary friend named Lars. So when I'm watching a Lars video, it always causes confusion. Yes, so it's like I'm another non-binary Lars who uses they them pronouns. Um it's always fun. I always confuse people. I'll get interviews for stories here, and people will be like, "How did you get that name?" And I'm like, "I've just always been called Lars." Like that's just my name. It's not like I have a dead name that I used to go by, but I've always been called Lars. Um, like my mom has always called me Lars. So it worked out well. And I don't know, the Larses keep multiplying. We're gonna start a small army. There's gonna be like 4 of us, and it's gonna be cool. I'm assuming that there's more in like Norway. We can set it up. Lars von Trier. I just thought of that. That could get weird. It could get weird. We could all be fucking weirdos. It would work. You know my name, look at the number. Yeah, exactly. 7 Nation Lars. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's just 7 of us, and we're like, banana, banana. Started living in an old house. They just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I loved it. Meg didn't go. But the White Stripes, don't sleep on the White Stripes. They're actually really, really good. Lars Attacks. Killer Lars from Outer Space. Concert tickets and prices in Mexico are insanely high. Tool's concert last year was like $100, 2,000 pesos, and festivals are even worse. Like it's just so much. It's so much money. It's I'm so used to paying like 15, $20. We were gonna go see Poppy, and when we first had Poppy tickets, our tickets were like $30, and then, it's been like 7 years since then. Or no, it hasn't. It's been like 5 years because it was pandemic times, and now Poppy tickets are a lot more. Love Meg. Hate when my fellow drummers shit on her for not being technically complex, especially when that's not the vibe of the music. She's similar vibes to Ringo, because it's like she's perfect for what it is, and um she learned drumming like in such a weird way. It's very similar, you know? Like, I don't know, I love Meg, I think she's cool. Um, like, as far as her music, I don't really know anything about her as a person except for that she's kind of a hermit, which I can relate. I can relate. It's pretty much a global issue. The last 2 shows I went to were $200 each. I could have paid $100 for St. Vincent, but I wanted a better seat. It paid off. She climbed up the balcony where I was. That's very cool. I want to laugh. I went and saw Wings Over America when I was 13, 1976, and the ticket was $750. That's crazy. But I should count my blessings because the way that it works out here where I live, with the theater here, and like if you go with some discounts, I could go see movies for 450. So I should count my blessings because I remember my friend between the like wedding rehearsal and the rehearsal dinner, I went to go see a movie and it was like $16 for ticket. And I remember it was just me. I was like, I'm gonna go see this movie. It was like I saw Dune 2 for the second time. It was like the only one in, and I was like, I liked Dune. I'll go see it again, you know. And I love movies, so I go to movies all the time. And I was like pretty pumped, and then I just remembered that we're just get really spoiled out here. And it's the same chain. It's AMC. It's just the way that it goes here. She always reminded me of Mo Tucker at Velvet Underground in a good way. Yeah. I mean, like, I really hate, like, people shitting on technical, like, proficiency to say that it's good or bad when it's not really true. Because that's the thing I see about Ringo all the time, and I'm just like, I just wanna the Batman smacking meme, just stop. Most of the bands I go see are local bands, $20 top. Yeah, like, I go see a lot of local bands with my partner. It's just a lot of bands that I don't like or listen to. Like, a lot of, like, doom metal, thrash metal, uh, like, punk, post-punk. It's just a bunch of shit that I do not listen to. And I'm just always there, and I'm like, "Okay, I've got my little, like, earbuds in, and I'm just gonna hang out." Just opened my stack of early, RSD Black Friday records and got all the hype stickers off the shrink successfully. Good job. You did it. You did a good job. Technically, proficiency is for nerds. Music is about getting in a room, turning it up, and going as hard as you can. It's not a math equation. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, radio. I hope that that's a joke. He asks, "Do you like John Lennon's voice on Real Love 2025?" Well, I made a video about saying no. So I put out a 36-minute video just shitting on it. Meg White gets a bad rap. No one can drum with Jack White because he's taught her and she plays to his guitar. She's great. She's perfect for what it is. Like, she's really perfect for what it is. Um, but no, the first, I think, 10 minutes of this stream, 15 minutes of the stream was talking about real love. I admire technical musicians to a point, but if I don't think the songs are good, then I don't want to listen. Yeah. And I think, like, it's just a matter of, snobbery. Like, you can like certain type of music or like, or dislike certain type of music, but it's the putting someone down because they don't know it a certain way or um didn't like take lessons, or or they don't read music. That's really, like, just stupid to me. I feel like, hey man, they make music and it's good music and yada yada. Of course, I am not a musician, so I'm just a music enjoyer. I'm completely worthless when it comes to this. I never heard of the 2015 mix of Real Love. Were they going to do something with it, Anthology, and then it didn't happen? No. It came out on OnePlus, and it's good. Like, it was on the music video before they changed it. It's good. Let's see. Music with feeling is the thing. Alan is correct there. Let's see. I'm really involved in my local music scene, and so oftentimes I go into basement shows or garage shows for free. Yeah. I know a lot of people who do that. We used to like We used to know somebody, he sold it, but he knew, he was the owner of a club, of a, like, a little venue, and we used to go in there and, like, people were tearing up the ceiling and shit. Oh, it's so fun. Um, did they remix Free as a Bird? Yeah. Um, let's see here. When one was reissued and remixed in 2015, included the Blu-ray and remastered and remixed music video, so it was exclusive to that. Yeah, and the remixed music videos came out online. Free as a Bird and Real Love yeah. So there's it's just there were remixes, and one thing that I've started doing on Patreon, which I probably won't do for album videos. I don't make promises anymore. Um, I also, just a chillin' dude, I also love the Free as a Bird remix, the 2025 one. But like if I'm doing a song breakdown, I'll listen to all of the versions for Patreon and like have a vibe, and we'll go through it and stuff. So it'll be like the stereo, the mono, whatever I have access to, we'll listen to it. So we listen to the same song like 6 times. Why won't you say more on the Rubber Soul rumors? Are there things you know that you can't repeat? Sorta. Like, it's more just like, um it's more just like it's speculation, so it doesn't matter. So why didn't they just use those mixes for this edition? I know I'm late with these questions. Well, because they have new technology now, so they can like separate the voices better, and Free as a Bird sounded great. I thought it was good. Um, and then Real Love, I don't know what the fuck happened. I still kind of prefer, hey Flora, I'm watching from the beginning, but just wanted to say hello. Hello. Um, I still kind of prefer the 90s mixes, just because Free as a Bird oddly used a different vocal take of George that I don't think is as good. Yeah, I liked it too. Um, I'm also spoiled by going to see my friends and other local bands play. And don't get me started about entitled elitist gatekeeping fans. I really don't like entitled fans. Um, I just really don't like entitled fans. I don't know. There's just like the gatekeeping fans like have made it sometimes at times impossible for me to want to make like there have been times where I'm like, I'm just never going to make Beatles videos again. And then of course, that passes in 2 hours and I'm like, of course I'm going to make Beatles videos. Like, what do you mean? But, then I watch my lost video getting really close to 50,000 and I'm like, "Oh, I could have a different life where people don't call me all kinds of names for not being smart enough." Those 95 mixes work because John liked his voice being messed with anyway. Yeah. Um, hate elitists and gatekeepers. As long as you're not an asshole, you're welcome at the shows I help with. Yeah. Just like, don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick, man. I'm never going to make another Beatles video, I say to myself, lying. Me being a lying liar who lies. Me, like, trying to get away from the love of my life. I'm never gonna make another Beatles video, and then I forget that I'm actually, like, legitimately so interested in them where I want to talk about them. Like, it sucks because it's like sometimes I get so discouraged and disheartened and all this stuff, and then it's like, but I wanna talk about them, but I wanna dig into them. Like, I want to make these videos about them. I wanna be annoying about them. I'm not packing a bowl, he says as he grabs the grinder. I understand. The 95 Free as a Bird John's vocal sounds similar to George's Old Brown Shoe. I don't know. I'm running into the wall, guys. The whole plan was to get here and stay on my live as long as I could before my body says, I think we're done working. I think we're done. Ugh. Hang on, guys. Rest up, Lars. Thanks for the chat. It's been fun. Yeah, I think we're done. I love you guys. Um, and I don't know. I'll be back doing a live whenever I get the energy. You know, I know that this is like sad sack stuff, but I'm dealing with like some extreme illness where there's not a lot of um like we don't really know everything that's going on. I do have rheumatoid arthritis, but it seems like everything's extremely extreme right now. I've never had a flare up this bad. So I'm just like exhausted. I'm getting sick really easily. It seems like I have a flu all the time. Nothing's going well. You know? So, I get really tired, like, sometimes I get tired just, like, texting, and so it's been a weird time, it's been a weird time in Larsland, but my brain is here, and my brain wants to work. So once my body starts to get along with me, I'll be back with this behemoth, and we'll be doing shit. So, I love you guys, and I will be back as soon as I can. All right. And y'all come back now, you hear? Bye.